Hello, welcome to the GLP-1 Hub podcast. I'm Anna Reisdorf, registered dietitian, GLP-1 user. I want to wish those of you in the United States a lovely Thanksgiving week this week. I hope you get to spend it with your loved ones and relax and have a good time. I know I am looking forward to it. And I want to remind you that there is still time to get the free opt-in that I created with Almacet. Almacet is a protein shake company designed specifically for weight loss and metabolic health. You can get that opt-in, which is all about supporting your muscle mass on your GLP-1 journey, and it is completely free. You can get it at glp-1hub.com/muscle. It's glp-1hub.com/muscle, and you can grab that guide totally for free. And also, exciting news, this podcast is now in the top 20 podcasts in the medicine category on Apple Podcasts. So there are a lot of really big podcasts in front of me, which is incredible to even be anywhere in the top 100, much less the top 20. So thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot. I've been loving doing this podcast. And if you are loving the podcast, please consider leaving a 5-star review. If you write something, send me a screenshot of what you wrote, and I will send you a recipe collection of your choice for free. I have several recipe collections, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, of high protein recipes to help you along your GLP-1 journey. And you can get one of those for free if you simply leave a review to help the podcast continue to grow. And I am warming up for season 2 of the podcast. We're going to take a short break over the holidays and then be back at it for season 2. So I have a lot of great guests coming your way. And those reviews really help the podcast continue to grow, although it's grown beyond my wildest imagination already. So today we have a story of a GLP-1 user named Mary, and I'm excited to share the interview with her. And let's get on with the show. GLP-1 medications are helping people feel full faster and eat less, but eating less can also mean losing important nutrients and muscle. And that's where high-quality protein like pork comes in. Pork not only supports energy, muscle, and healthy weight loss, it pairs perfectly with plants in simple, delicious combos. Try pork loin with apple slices and low-fat cheese, ham roll-ups with cucumber and hummus, or pork tenderloin with pear slices and walnuts. Warm meals work too, like pulled pork with apple slaw or pork meatballs with zucchini noodles. For more ideas, check out the feature recipe section on Pork and Partners at www.pork.org/pork and partners/recipes. It's packed with easy, nutrient-rich ways to enjoy pork while staying full and supporting your health. Okay, welcome to the GLP-1 Hub podcast. I am very excited to welcome Mary Cobb today. She is here to talk about her personal GLP-1 story, and we have been connected for a while through the social medias and the YouTubes and all the things. So I'm excited to have her here today. So Mary, why don't you introduce yourself?
My name is Mary Cobb. I started on the GLP-1 journey March 29th of 2024. I've lost over 55 pounds and I'm still going, trying to lose weight. I'm 68 and my health is turned around for the best because of Zepbound, which we didn't know that was going to happen. And I'm thrilled about that.
Yeah,
And that's where I'm at.
definitely. So why don't we start back from the very beginning? So when did you start struggling with your weight?
It started when I was 18, my first pregnancy, and I gained a lot of weight, and that's where it became a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then I lost the weight, you know, my 20s or whatever. I not in a good way. And then I would just work out as I got older, lift weights, I would jog to get the weight down and it would work. But since I'm postmenopausal and before that, it got harder and harder and I didn't feel good all the time. So it
Mm-hmm.
started in 1976.
Okay. And so so you think that it was maybe hormone related, like the pregnancy, obviously there's hormones there, and then the perimenopause also. So you think that that was kind of the trigger?
The perimenopause, which back we didn't talk about that.
Sure.
Nobody, but I know now, but I worked out anyways, but I would be fatigued and stuff. So it wasn't then, it was later after the after the post that I'm like, "Good night. I've never had this much," and I worked out hard, was taking care of my husband. This was like 2019. I was trying to get 10,000 steps in. I was trying not to eat at night. I did fasting and keto, and I was worn out. It didn't work.
Mhm. And so you just, like, couldn't even drop a single pound?
It was frustrating. And I believe that women that get pregnant, that stay hungry, this is just me, I'm not a physician, but they're not making the GLP-1 hormone. Because if you stay hungry like a bottomless pit, I believe that's true. That's just me. Because the
Mhm.
second pregnancy, I didn't feel that way. But with my son, it was like, oh my gosh, I can't get full. I'm starving. So I
So did that could that continue after too, after the
Not
pregnancy?
no, it did not. It finally I worked out, I lost the weight. I was young, and that's what I would do, but I stressy. If I get tired, I found if I get really fatigued and stressed out, I was grabbing sweets. I remember I was thinking about 2005 where I was frustrated, I hated my life, and I would go and get snack cakes, and I would binge on them.
Mhm.
So, it was sweets. So, it was off and on, and then I did go through anorexia, in 1980 because my first husband was dying and I couldn't eat,
Mm.
and that's not good.
No.
So, it breaks it just messes up your hormones and your metabolism trying to get that out of my mouth, and I remember that. But
Mhm.
when I hit 60, that's when the problems began. I'm 68 now.
Okay. So
And
did you put
Zepbound.
on significant weight
Oh
at
my god.
when you turned 60?
I got up to 244.
Mhm.
My doctor said I was 240 when I came to her. She said, "You've actually lost 65 pounds." So I lost some of it, they say before the Zepbound. Today, I'm at 173. I was like, "Oh my gosh, took me forever to even," but yeah.
Okay, so when you started the Zepbound, you nervous? I see a lot of anxiety out there about side effects and I'm gonna die and this is gonna happen. Were you nervous at all before you started?
Yeah, my sister was trying to get me to start because she went on Wegovy, and I needed to lose weight because I had a huge health scare in 2023, and it wasn't good. I got to talk about that because obesity is a pot stirred for cancer.
Mm.
And I asked the doctor, "Is this because I'm obese?" She said, "Yes." Yeah. And I got approved for surgery. I don't want to do that. I tried Contrave. And then finally I went on YouTube. I didn't know about Zepbound, and I typed it in an Express Script and it said, "Yeah, we'll cover it." So I asked my physician if I could start on Zepbound, and that was March 29th, 2024.
So did you officially get diagnosed with cancer?
I had what happened is I started my cycle again at 66.
Oh gosh.
I know, and I called and I was like, I'm not gonna wait around." So I had to get biopsies done. That was so painful. It was horrible, and then I had to have surgery. I had to have a hysteroscopy done. Doctor, I can't say her name, Doctor M, she said, "I'm going to put an IUD in the cervix that gives you constant progesterone." And I'm like, She goes, "Mary, you're gonna be out." So they found polyps, fibroids, and and the hormones that I'm on right now, which I didn't know this till the other day because she did my physical. She was so pleased to see the weight I lost because I was pretty big.
Mhm.
And I said, "Do you need to draw my blood to check the hormone levels?" Because I'm like, "You can't tweak an IUD, right?" She said, "No, because the hormones that you're on stays in the cervix. It does
Okay.
never goes in the bloodstream." And women need to know that because some of them suffering and they can't do it because of cancer. I said, "Are you
Mhm.
serious?" She said, "Yeah." So I looked up the IUD, and the IUD that I have will keep the cervix thin, and I won't have a cycle again because that's dangerous. However, I had to lose weight
Okay.
because when we get the bad fat, we produce a bad estrogen. You know about that. Okay, that's
Mhm.
exactly what I did. I was shocked.
So did all those fibroids and all of that stuff you were dealing with resolve with the weight loss?
Well, of course, she took care of it. And then I had to think of a way to lose. I tried everything, even contrary. It was just, I tried everything. And then I just said, can I try the Zepbound? I found it on YouTube. And she said, yeah. So yeah. And I had a physical. She said, Mary, everything looks really good. My health has took a turn for the best.
Mhm.
And I want to live. I just became a widow again in 2020, and I was not in good shape. I was exhausted, and eating I didn't eat all day, and then I would eat and I'd get really sick, which
Mhm.
I don't know what makes me do. I don't know. We getting these, but my health was bad. Lab work, blood pressure. Oh my gosh, I was in really bad shape.
Mhm. And so
So
where is it looking now? How's the blood
it's
pressure
perfect.
and
I'm off of the blood pressure prescription. I'm off of Meprazole. I'm off the CPAP. I'm off of so many drugs and stuff. However, I'm TRICARE for life, and TRICARE for life is going to stop paying for Zepbound as of August 3rd.
gosh.
Retirees. Because if I get off of the Zepbound, everything's going to come back. I keep explaining to people it's not just weight.
Yeah.
Every health that it turned around that wasn't healthy will come back. So I don't want it to
So
come back.
so what are you will it cover Wegovy? Because I hear that sometimes they'll cover Wegovy, but not Zepbound.
I am
No?
not a type 2 diabetic,
Okay.
and I looked up what am I trying to say? I looked up, CPAP is it called sleep disorder? What am I trying to say?
Sleep apnea.
Yes. And it's a kind of a sketchy thing because it's mild now, it doesn't
Mm.
cover it. But why do you think it's mild? Because of the Zepbound. So I don't know I'll be paying out of pocket. I'm not gonna quit.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
can't.
so where do you think you're gonna go to get it out of pocket?
I have a 90-day supply that just came,
Okay.
okay? And I have 2 weeks left of the 10 milligrams, actually 4 weeks. And then I'm gonna go to Mochi, I think.
Mhm. Okay.
But
Okay,
I've
good.
called Express Script and I've called them. I can't get yeah.
It's very frustrating, and yesterday, I actually got a letter from my insurance, and I was like, "Optum." Whenever I get a letter from Optum, you just never know when you open that envelope. And they said they were gonna cover it till August of 2026. So, I don't know what'll happen after that, but I was like,
That
at least
letter, oh my gosh, it's
'cause
like
you
your
just
heart.
never know with them. You never know with them. One day I'll get a letter, "Oh, you're denied," and the next day a letter, "You're approved. You're denied, you're approved." It's very frustrating, and I truly feel for you. I really do, but I hope that, you can figure it out in the next few months while you still have your
I think
dose.
retirees shouldn't be excluded like that. Retiree, military. That is
Mhm.
absolutely insane. But TRICARE Select and TRICARE Prime is covered, but not TRICARE for life.
I think that once it hopefully gets approved by Medicare, at least I know that they're working on at least Wegovy being approved by Medicare, so hopefully that will help,
I
for
don't
the
have
old.
a Medicare prescription. I have A and B and TRICARE for life.
Right. So, but, like, it'll help more people get covered, older
Right,
adults
right,
is what I'm
right.
saying. Yes.
Yeah,
So
I
it
got
kinda
you.
trickles down. So tell me about what some of the new habits are that you have now or maybe
Okay.
the habits that are making like, it easier because of the Zepbound, like some things that you're doing, maybe you've always been doing them, but now it's just easier to accomplish.
Well, I've learned to become mindful. I document everything. I make sure I get my protein. I don't eat preservatives anymore. I make sure I get my fluids in. And sometimes you don't want to eat. I had to learn to eat anyways.
Mhm.
And I mean, I've been eating healthy. I do not, just thinking about sweets and the stuff I used to eat, it's like, it's just gross. I mean, I've had to really find out what I can eat because some things I just was like, oh no, I don't want that. That tastes horrible. But I
So
do eat healthy.
you found
Yes.
your tastes for sweets has changed?
Yes, immediately. And my favorite is honey buns and cinnamon rolls. And if I even see it, I'm like, oh, that is, I don't even want to look at that. It's just so many things. And when I cook for my son and he's eating it, I'm like, what are you eating? It smells horrible. He goes, Mom, you made it. It's great. I won't
And
touch it.
so your nose has changed too?
Mouth and nose. And it reminds me of being pregnant.
Huh.
Like, oh, what does that smell? That's disgusting. So I had no clue it was gonna I mean, clips the brain, it shuts things off quick.
Mhm.
This stuff is powerful.
Yeah.
It shuts addiction off like that. They're working on so many things besides weight loss. And that's what I'm trying to get across to TRICARE for Life and Express Script. It's not just for weight loss.
Right.
As a busy mom and business owner, I really need something quick and efficient to get my nutrition in for the day. I don't need another shake or powdered greens to mix up. I don't need something that requires me to take time out of my day or worry about taking it with a meal. I need something that's portable and convenient to take on my own time. Gruns does just that. Gruns are a convenient, comprehensive formula packed into 8 gummies a day. It isn't a multivitamin, a greens gummy, or a prebiotic. It's all of those things and then some at a fraction of the price, and bonus, it tastes great. If you want to give Gruns a try, you can get up to 52% off your order when you use GLP-1 Hub Pod at gruns.co. That's GLP, the number one hub pod at Gruns, GRUNS.co. Right. Were you struggling with any other addictions like outside of the sugar?
Just sugar. Just I wouldn't eat all day. I don't consider myself the food noise one because I never wake up hungry ever,
Mhm.
even on Zepbound, but it'd be at night.
Mm,
It would
mhm.
be at night, and I would eat donuts. I would make sure I had ice cream, donuts, and that's what I would eat. Cinnamon
Wow.
bread, sweets, and I
All
think
night all night?
I could eat till 11 o'clock, and not oh, you feel so terrible, and then you try, but I don't have those cravings. I mean, I
Mhm.
really don't. I don't want anything really sweet. I can't even do a protein coffee because I don't like my coffee sweet. I
Mm,
just put half and half with
sure.
it. Away I go.
So tell me what a typical day looks like now with eating.
Okay. I get up and I have a cold brew. I do a little, I watch TV. I get the cold brew down, and then my fitness pal says, "Time to eat breakfast." That's what I like about it. So I get me a protein bar. I'll get that down. I might eat a banana, and then I may do a yogurt cup. And then lunchtime, I'm not hungry, but I'll do a protein shake,
Mhm.
or I'll pump it up with extra protein. Sometimes I would reach my protein goal by 2 o'clock. And then
Wow.
I keep lean cuisines on hand, and I eat those because it's so convenient.
Sure.
And some of them, and I found the ones I like, and I drink Fairlife milk with supper every night. And I
Mhm.
do keto bread, cheese sticks. I just make sure I hit that protein. And for dessert, I keep Weight Watchers fudge bars, ice cream.
Yeah.
I love them, and I keep Halo ice cream on hand. I do the vanilla, just 290 calories a pint, and, the caramel, the salted caramel is 300, and I keep them
Mhm.
on hand, and they're not real sweet. What I do,
How did you decide how much protein that you needed?
I watched YouTube, and, the dietitian told me, he said, "You don't need that much protein. That's why you're not hungry." Oh, I didn't know that. My doctor says, "You gotta be careful with that because you have kidney disease." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I was just telling you I'm getting my protein in." That's how I found out I was getting too much.
Mm,
So I backed off, and I try to stay at 100. I get over, but not 150 and 125 and 100, and
Sure.
yeah. So I
Okay.
didn't know it made you feel full. I didn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes you feel full. That's why they say eat more protein when you're trying to lose weight because it helps you
I
feel
wasn't
full. Yeah.
eating enough calories. And I'm like, I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me. She goes, stop listening to the videos on YouTube. Let me know.
Some of them, yes. Some of them,
Yeah.
I like listen and
I
like,
wanted
oh
to
my
talk
gosh.
to. I didn't have anybody to talk to.
Sure.
But I do
So where
now.
did you get a dietitian? How did you get connected with this
I
person?
I looked in the Medicare book. I read it, and the way they put it, they have it phrased that your primary care physician didn't really say refer you. It talked like that she or he would sit down and guide you. And I'm like, I ain't gonna do that. So I called Medicare. They said, no, you are covered if you have kidney disease or you're a diabetic. Medicare will pick it up. I
Mhm.
got on there and I told my physician, and her name is Jennifer. She's really nice, and I got approved. So Medicare patients can be approved, but they must be a diabetic and they must have kidney disease.
Okay.
That's as
Great.
far as it'll go.
That's great.
I
And so
found that out
are you seeing her regularly, or was it a
once a
one-time
month.
thing?
Once a
Okay.
month. So
Wonderful. Wonderful. And so are you been using MyFitnessPal to track your calories and she's been
yes,
reviewing that?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, when she goes, "What did you get?" And I'm like, 900 calories. I'm trying. I mean, I do try. In the beginning, you didn't know what to do. You didn't want to eat, but you must eat.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely.
Period.
I think that that's the main thing is people are like, "Wow, I can go so long without eating now," and it kind of feels like empowering almost, but I think that that's the wrong way to go about it because your body still needs food.
You
I
don't
think we
feel good.
forget. Yeah, and you don't feel good.
Dizzy. You feel like you're gonna pass out. It's just crazy. I mean, so I had to find stuff like, okay, if you don't want to eat, you can do this. You
Mhm.
can drink this shake. You can eat this yogurt.
Right.
Something.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And so are you taking any supplements for
Yes, yes. I take a multivitamin without iron because I have
Mhm.
hemochromatosis. I take a vitamin E and a vitamin. I take a D vitamin. What's the other one? I can't think of it. And that's really about it. And of course, the Bs. I take
Okay.
those. I can't think of the other one that I take.
Sure, sure. So that sounds like a wide array. And what about exercise? What are you doing for exercise now?
It's right behind me. I have a walking pad and my weights, and I lift weights. I started at 5 pounds. I'm up to 10, and I have really muscled up because my body, I used to lift weights and it
Mhm.
recognizes it. So, what I do is I lift weights, I do the total body workout. I love dumbbells, and I'm stronger now. And then I get on the treadmill, and 30 minutes is enough for me.
Sure.
So proud of
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, definitely. And do you find that it's easier now that you've lost the weight to do the exercise?
I think it's maybe that, but I did it the other day. I didn't want to, but I said, "You're gonna do it." And I'm glad I did. So I have to push myself.
Sure.
I have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just another benefit for your health. You've seen so
No
many
kidding.
improvements and to keep the exercise is just another way to maintain that.
Right.
you know. So great. That's wonderful. So what about your people in your life? Have they been supportive of this journey or have they been critical?
I don't hear anything. The only people that my daughter, mm, but I mean, I don't hear anything. I know one friend, she got that glazed look in her eyes like, oh my gosh. So, but it's the medical folks that since I went to go get physicals and stuff, they are just so excited. They have their eyes just light up when I walk in the room, they're fist bumping me, medical staff. But as far as I don't see anyone.
Hmm.
I just so
And your sons are good with it, your family members?
he doesn't say anything, but it's every now and then. He's like, "Mom, you lost a lot of weight," and I'm like, "Yeah." And one person said it once. They go, "Mary, you've lost a lot of weight," and I go, "Yes, I have." But people don't compliment you. People don't. Back in my day, we say, "What are you doing? I want it. How'd you lose that weight?" But people, they say it's not nice to do that. It's not. It's rude.
That's actually one of the most devastating things that for me. Like people didn't notice and didn't say anything. And I was just like,
I think they did
and every once in a while, somebody breaks that. Somebody will
every
say
once in a
something and
while.
it makes my whole day,
But
you
I
know.
think they saw that in you, but if they say something, they're gonna think, "Oh, she's gonna be offended because I said she used to be fat." We already know we were
But
fat.
I knew that. Like,
Yes, we already know that. Just, because these people, their body works hard on this stuff. Zepbound is tough. I mean, it changes your whole just give them kudos every now and then and say, "Girl, you doing good." It doesn't happen. You have to and somebody said, "Well, I do it for myself." I said, "Yeah, but it's nice every now and then." But I mean, if somebody said it every day, I'd say, "Can you be quiet?" But every now and then when you need that encouragement, we need that, but you have to be your own advocate now
mhm. Yeah, I
and
agree.
look yourself and go, "Girl, you losing weight. You look good."
Well, honestly, I've been going around because I see people, and I say something to them now because
I
I know
would
how it
too.
hurt me for nobody to know or to seem like nobody had noticed. And so
I would too.
I've been saying, "You look good. What are you doing?"
I would too. I
You
would say,
know?
"Girl, you look good." Yeah, that's great.
So
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. Maybe I'm rude with you, Mary, I think, or
It's
just
a
too
different
rude.
day and time. I'm 68. It's a different day and time.
Sure.
Trust me, everybody gets offended. They lived back in the day, 60s like I did. You think you're offended now. I
I
watched
agree.
Johnny Carson. I was like, oh my God, if he says that now he's alive, show would be just shut down.
Even sometimes things from just 10 years ago, you're like, "How did that air on television?" Now it wouldn't be allowed, but
It was
anyway.
funny. So
So, what is the future holding for you with this newfound weight loss? Like, do you wanna lose more weight? Like, what are your goals?
I do want to get down to 160 or 150, or if I can get down to 140. I don't want to get off of Zepbound. I don't ever. I'm
Mhm.
really gonna try to stay on it because I'm gonna have to pay for it now. And maybe something will change. Maybe they'll go, oh, you know what? We ought to prove that because it keeps them from having to see the doctor, or it's cured them. I don't know, but I don't want to be off of it. I feel like a normal human being now.
Mhm.
I don't sit there and
Right.
binge on cakes and stuff and look forward to, I do take care of myself. I really eat right. I really do. And that's a
Mhm.
lot for me.
And so do you have any goals, like, outside of weight loss for the next 20, 30 years of your life?
Well, I am gonna start my crochet business again. I've been working on that, finding some really cute stuff, and I don't know. I really don't. I'm trying, but I really don't have anything outside the house. There's nobody to call, nobody to, hey, you want to go to the movies? Hey, so I do everything alone.
Mhm.
I don't. What can you do?
Right. Right.
My daughter
Well,
said, "Mom, at your age, you can't make friends." I go, "What does that got to do with my age? I'm friendly."
you can make friends at any age. What do you
I know,
mean?
I guess she was trying to help me out. But
No, I
yeah,
mean, it's just maybe the crochet business will help, getting out there
yeah.
and doing something
I'm gonna
like
teach
that.
it too, so I'm gonna teach it on here.
On the internet?
The last time I taught at I taught at a church a year ago, the college kids to make hats for the homeless folks. I got the COVID from them because they would sit on top of me and hug me and like that, and then I got the COVID. I was like, "I got
Yeah.
the COVID, I can't come back."
Oh gosh, that's
Oh,
terrible. So, if you were to give just a final thought to either people on this journey that are kind of similar age as you or just starting, what would you want to say to them? Like what is some advice that you have?
My advice is to listen to your body. Even if you're not hungry, find out what you can get down and it'll stay down because you've got to have your vitamins, you've got to get the calcium in, you've got to get your protein in. And Alonda says, give yourself grace. And that's my advice. Give yourself grace. So what? You're too tired to work out. It's all right. You're not 20 anymore. It's okay. But work your way up and give
Yeah.
yourself grace. 'Cause your
Yeah.
body's going through some changes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. I think that people they jump quickly to it's not working, whereas you
I
need to
know.
kind of, really focus on the positive things. And if you're 60, you're not going to lose like a 20-year-old. Sorry,
No. And I
you
think
know.
when somebody's been overweight for so long, I know that I did this. I was like, "Yay, I'm gonna start losing weight. What's going on?" No, you've gotta it's a start, but it doesn't mean you're gonna lose weight. I've been on a stall for 3 months, 174, 176, 177, now I'm 173. And I had to, just be okay with that. You
Mhm.
may not be where you want to be, but you're not where you were.
Right. That's perfect advice. I might call your episode that.
Okay.
Yeah. That's really good. I think that focusing on how far you've come is
Yes.
really important. Is
Especially
really
when you put
important.
some clothes on, you have to go buy new clothes because your clothes are too big.
I had to throw away a ton of things, and my husband's like, "There's like $1,000 worth of clothes in here." And I'm like, "What am I supposed to do?" You know?
I got rid of a bunch too. I've been taking mine to the shelter for abused women.
Okay.
I'm gonna pack up some more and take it over there. And my sister's like, "How come you're gonna get rid of them? You might need them later on." Is my other sister? I'm like, no, no, I'm not gonna wear those again. I'm not doing that. Not
Yeah.
doing.
Definitely. That's good. That's what my husband keeps telling me because I say, "Well, what if
Oh,
I hold on?" And he's like, "No, you're gonna. First of all, you're gonna want something
yeah,
different. Even if you do gain the weight back, it's gonna be different. You're gonna want something completely
yep,
different, and just get rid of it." So I've
yeah,
been going through that
right.
process too, but it is hard to let go sometimes.
Oh, it was easy for me. I was like, "This is too big for you. Yay, let's get rid of it." I got me t-shirts. I mean, I'm comfortable. I went from a 3X, a 2X to a large. That's
Wow.
the thing about what needs to be said for people of age. The inches are gonna come off before the weight. I've never seen anything like it. So it's a non-scale victory all the time. And you will see like, oh my gosh, this is too big. It was fit last week, but I've never seen anything like that before. The inches come off before the weight.
Yeah. It's
Isn't that
interesting,
crazy?
isn't it? It
Yeah.
is. It is.
Right.
But it's good though, because at least for me, I'm fitting into pants that I haven't, fit into for a long time. I used to have this skirt that was like the skirt that I wanted to wear all the time, and I put
Yeah.
it on the other day, and it was too big.
I know.
I hadn't fit into it
No.
in years. It was too small, and now it's too big.
Yep, I get T-shirts that are way too big now that were too small, and I'd say, "Yeah, they're too tight. I'm gonna give them away." And I'm glad I didn't because and my sister goes, "You know that T-shirt's too big for you?" I go, "Yes, I know." But
But you gotta wear
you
something.
you do see it, and you're like, and sometimes I know you put on clothes, and you're like, "I can't wear this again. It's going
Right.
down here. It's going." Yeah,
Definitely. Definitely. Well, Mary, I wanna say thank you so much for being here and sharing your story so courageously and openly, and I know you'll give a lot of hope to other people, so I really, really
I
appreciate your
really.
time.
So
Awesome. Thank you so much.
you're welcome, and see you around,
All
Anna.
right.
All
Sounds
right,
good.
bye bye.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the GLP-1 Hub podcast. I hope you enjoyed the episode and learned more about Mary's journey, which has been very positive for her and her health. And don't forget to download that guide for preserving your muscle mass at glp-1hub.com/muscle. And that is in partnership with Almaced that I created that just for you to help you get healthier along this journey and not just lose weight. And I hope that once again, for those of you in the United States, happy Thanksgiving week, and I'll see you in the next episode.